Welcome to LeonCo and welcome to your weekly video. Welcome to LeonCo, and on this week's video we want to discuss something that is more of an analysis of the situation in the market or in the situation in the economy as a whole. We've been thinking about this, we've been sharing this with some of our peers, and we've discussed it with something that we think that you should know. It's something regarding how the economy could turn out to be, or an effect that could have a giant chain of events that could lead up into some sort of an economy dip or a small depression in the economy, and wanted to share with you guys, and that is regarding specifically something similar to what happened in 2008 with the house market crash. It has to do with house markets again, but it's more on the rental property side. If you followed the stimulus that's been provided through these couple of months, all the stimulus bill provide rent relief for people that they do not have to pay their landlords the rent until a certain amount of time. And what does this mean on the long run? Well, if you are renting a property, or you are a person that is a landlord of different properties, your income is provided by those rental properties. So you live off your $300 a month rent in different sectors, so you have this income that you live on by. But thanks to these stimulus, or thanks to these relief bills, your people that you're renting your properties don't need to pay your rent because these relief bills protect them by law. So this is going to be a problem. And why is this going to be a problem? Because this is going to have a chain of effects that is going to affect the economy, and this is what we think, or we believe, that could happen. Well, let's say you rent out property, and the people that live in your property don't pay the rent for, let's say, 6 to 8 months, because these relief bills protect them from them paying their bills. So what does this mean? This means that you have not received rent for about 8 months, but you still need to pay all of the utilities, you need to pay the mortgage if you have not owned completely the rental property, so you still have all of those expenses, but you're not having that income. So eventually, if this continues on, if you can't afford to keep on paying those properties, you will have to go and give them to the bank. And what does this mean? That if you give them to the bank, and then the relief bills drops out and people need to start paying their rent again, the bank can go back into those people and say, hey, I need you to pay all of your rent, but I need you to pay in full now. So a person will have to pay 8 months, 12 months of rent in a few days, and this is not realistic, because those people will be spending that money to try and pay for some of the needs that they would need throughout this time. So when the bank goes to them and tells them, I need you to pay the rent right now, most likely those people are going to be evicted from their properties. So this means that banks will have lots of debt on a property that they repossessed. They will not have the power of income, because they will get out of the people that are renting those properties. So we will have a big problem with banks having large amount of debts of rental properties, of industrial rental properties. The debt, the property, and the big factor is going to be the homelessness. We will have lots of empty houses and lots of people without homes. And this is going to have a drastic effect in the economy. This is something more of a food for thought to keep in mind when we talk about all of the relief bills, that yes, we need the help for the people, we need to provide a stimulus for people, but we also need to take care of people that these stimulus are not necessarily helping, but they are affecting. And people that have rental properties, they live off of this, that this is their way of making a living, these are some of the people that are being affected by this. So this is just food for thought that we wanted to share with you guys. I hope you guys are staying safe, staying healthy, and always remember to have that king mentality.